You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but...
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to talk with Kurt Rambis for a moment. According to him, their focus defensively is going to be on making things difficult inside. Ideally, they'll be in the best shape, he feels, if they force most of the shots against them to come from the perimeter. Guys?
And as always, Doris, thank you. Now here's Rivers. T right on him. Puts up a three. And the shot is good. Rivers has got 7.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
And stolen by Williams. One-on-one here. Here's Roten. Uses both hands to slam it down.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early. A look now at where the Timberwolves ranked in the NBA last year. First in free throw percentage. 6th in blocks. And they were in the top 10 in grabbing rebounds as well. That's not too shabby. The top 10 on the glass, I'll take that.
And don't forget how special they were at the foul line. Sometimes that can be an underrated stat, but they were tremendous, and it definitely seals some wins down the stretch.
The Knicks making a switch here. Calderon's checked in. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Williams, that's good.
And it really starting to look like they're going to have one of those days where nothing goes wrong.
Well, Greg, they certainly haven't done anything wrong so far, stretching the lead into double digits already.
The Timberwolves have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this one following a loss to the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And really, given how they performed offensively, guys, they just never had a chance.
Yeah, and you can see their frustration growing and growing as they continue to come up empty on their possessions. By the end, they were just happy to watch the clock wind down and move on.
Here's Pekovic. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Calderon passes to Williams. Roten dishes to Williams. Calderon has the open look. His three-pointers off the mark. Here's Freak. Gets to the corner and buries it. Freak's got 8 points. 5 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Roten. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him.
Knicks fans, these are your Knicks City Dancers. Go on
And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively. 2 huge improvements for him. Greg, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
You can
Lopez, he's checked in for Porzingis. Lee comes in for Williams. And Roten subbed in for Anthony. Freak kicks to Zhang. Now here's Muhammad. He's guarded by Afflalo. Out left to the wing. Zhang, a screen. Clock at 4. Here's Freak. The Knicks pull it in. Calderon with it. Last game he had 10 points. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Now a chance to see the numbers for Afflalo, how he performed last season. Last year averaged 14 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
And a wide open look for Freak. The Timberwolves again can't hit. New York leading by 15. Calderon with it. Out defended by Freak. And it's blocked. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pekovic. Here's Roten. There's a screen. Calderon. And the shot falls short this time.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Bayless the pass to Freak. He with the block. They retain possession. And that one's good. Pekovic. New York's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Calderon dishes to Lopez. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Yeah, another thing they've done well, guys, a lot of steals in the first half. Really getting after it defensively.
No one near him. That's good. And the Knicks lead by 17. There's 49 seconds left here in the second. Now here's Freak. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Well, everyone knows that Freak is a product of New York, and whenever he is here playing, his family always makes the effort, Clark, to come out and see him play.
Yep, you can always find his mom and dad, Kevin, somewhere in the stands when he plays in New York, and that's understandable. They've supported his journey from where it started to where he is now and continue to help him along the way.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Now here's Roten. He's covered closely. Feeds it to Calderon. 5 on the clock. Picked by Lee. Shot from the wing. No good.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised.
Now it's been a one-sided affair so far. Sends a new group in for the Knicks. David Lee checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. Jose Calderon is checked in for Aaron Afflalo. And Roten subbed in for Rivers. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Gorgie Dang comes in for Jarrell Arthur. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Zach LaVine. And Freak subbed in for Ricky Rubio. They've got Anthony. Tony Roten out there with Calderon. Then it's Williams. And it's Lee in at the 5 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Freak kicks to Pekovic. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Zhang with a screen on Anthony. And that one's good. Freak's got 12 points in the game.
And there isn't a lot that they're doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
Here's Anthony. Pekovic with the rebound.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Freak can't get it to go. And New York the other way now. 1:57 left in the third. Outside Williams. Tries a 3. Can't get it to go. Timberwolves leading by 4. Here's Freak. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Jose Calderon. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Jared Bayless is checked in for the Timberwolves. Here's Roten. Bayless grabs the board.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And it's Freak missing.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Now here's Calderon. He's covered closely. And Muhammad kicks to Freak. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Roten, the pass to Williams. Can't convert after the good screen.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounding.
You know what? That rebound has always been a critical element of the game, and that's why they are now understanding how to win.
And it's Calderon that time on the assist by Anthony.
Next track, 47, 53.
Timberwolves leading by 6. Now Freak, 16 points for him. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half has been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
And he's good on the second. 24 seconds left to play in the third. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And here's Anthony for 3. But they get it back. Williams dishes to Calderon. They shoot again. Good on the shot. Calderon's got 4 points in the quarter. Here's Freak. 17 points in the game. From the arc. No good.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City Dancers.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a different look for New York. Derek Williams, he checked in for Porzingis. Calderon comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And Roten subbed in for Rivers. On the court for Minnesota. Freak, he's in at the point. Bjelica is out there with Pekovic. Then it's Jared Bayless. And it's Muhammad in at the 3, the small forward. And Bayless kicks to Freak. From outside, off the mark. And now the Knicks on the break. Calderon's got the ball. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge. From the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their turn.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here, for sure.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled.